All right, we live.
All right, Shalom. It's the Jim Messer Louisiana Saints coming back at you with another kind of like a late Shabbat, video, but nonetheless, hopefully it's edifying to the hopeful elect, man. All right, prior to getting started, we want to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rikakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles that do teach and rule well, and salutation to the Akims that's pushing the truth and sincerity. And Lord willing, you brothers endure to the end, man. All right. And as you can see, the time and the hour of basically learning or there is that it's coming up on the ways to learning in the truth. Okay. Repetition is the fault of learning. And sometimes the scriptures could seem repetitive. Like the brother mentioned one time before we was talking, and he said a brother say like, oh man, we already went through this and went through that, man. And ultimately, guess what, man? That guy is no longer pushing in the truth, man. All right? Because he's getting, you get tired of learning the same thing. But guess what, man? Really, when you look into it, we learn new things every day. Every time we read the scriptures, a new way to break down the scripture you already know, man. So repetition is the father of learning, man. All right? And guess what? You can't teach unless you have learned, unless you are learned or taught, man. The eunuch told Philip, how can I unless at least some man shall guide me? He asked him, do thou understand us what thou read? But he said, how can I except one man should guide me, man? All right. So this is the way you're learning it. And the things that was written aforetime was written before our learning. And that's what the premise of the video gonna be about, man. All right. You can bring out the precept you got. If any new brothers want to make a point, y'all gonna make a point, bro.
Hey, I got a precept real fast to start off. This one before we start out with. This Revelation 10:9 says, and I went unto the angel and said unto him, give me the little book. And he said unto me, take it, eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And it says, as soon as I have eaten it, my belly was bitter. And that's the experiences sometimes you experience in this truth, man, where when you first learn the truth, learning that you're Israelite, the Lord love us, that the Lord's going to give us all dominion over the planet Earth, all these different perks, it'd be sweet in your mouth, man. It's good to hear, it's good to eat up and taste, but then there's a bitter part. And that bitter part goes through the hells and different other stuff the different hells that we catch. And also sometimes it feels like a plateau that you hit where you can't never get, it feels like it's nothing never new. It's nothing never new, but it's all about repetition, as a brother saying, man. Because once you put all the puzzle pieces together, man, everything is like a sound instrument, man. Like a well-oiled machine, man. And that's how you gotta be putting things together, When I say put things together, I'm talking about the precepts, the breakdowns, the discipline that you need to have, all right, responsibilities that you might have within the camp. You gotta start to learn to put all that together. You gotta start dividing family life with the true family, the family that you have in the truth, man, and learning how to balance the two. That's a part of it too, And it's an ongoing thing. It's an ongoing, repetitious thing, man. Okay? There you go out.
Right, go ahead, bring it out, brother. Go ahead.
This is in 2 Timothy chapter 4. I'm going to start at verse 3. Preach the word, be instant in season and out of season. And how you able to be instant in season and out of season? Constantly staying in these scriptures, staying in the right doctrine so you can know what you're talking about and not get bugged out here. Then it says, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth and shall be turned unto fables. Hey, that's why we got to be repetitious in this true doctrine, so we know to see these false teachers and rebuke them and keep the sheep from being led astray, and also to keep ourselves from getting bugged out with all these wayward doctrines coming out now, especially in the last seconds of these last days.
Hey, repetition is the fruit of, it gives you the fruit of the spirits. You see, like you just read it, what it says, exhortation, rebuke. You see what it, right? But where are the all these things happening at? Do what? The word. All right. We read scriptures that have scriptures of exhortation. We read scriptures of what? Rebuke. We read scriptures of what? But that's all in what? Being what? Repetitive, man. All right. Constantly a workman. When you go to work, everything you do in life is almost repetitive. When you go to work, I do the same old shit dealing with the chemicals, man. All right. Taking it down, power it down, power it up. It's repetitive, but guess what? In the end game, I'm getting paid for it, man. You see? So whether it's boring or not, I wouldn't even say boring. Because when something is boring, that means the spirit is dying off in you, man. All right? Because the spirit is forever illuminated, man. All right? It's forever bringing about new things. And man, that brother, the elder brother, talked about this before. Like, what are niggas talking about, man? We always run into a new, something new, or something that's revigorated us in the spirit. Whether it's an old precept, even if it's an old precept, we'll hear a brother break it down a new way and have a whole newfound yeah, go ahead.
Have a newfound understanding on it, man.
Come on, bro. Come. So it's renewed. The scriptures are afresh. They are afresh. They what? They're renewed every day. Just as your spirit being renewed. All right, it's going through a repetition of what? Pushing off old things. You see, instead of pushing the old man off, renewing yourself with what? The same, what you would say, the same old word. Because the Lord is the same yesterday, today, and evermore. So the repetition is going to be there for the Lord. The Lord, like, listen, y'all have to get this trained up in y'all, all right, to be kings and priests. And the word therein lies we call it repetition. Ariah, if you can, you won't get that word in the dictionary for me, or on the online, at some online or whatever. Repetition. And if you may, I mean, Yakanan, bro, bring out that either that Hebrews or that Second Timothy. Baba Shah, either one you want to bring out, they both edifying.
I got a prayer.
I'm gonna get the Hebrews real bad.
All right, come.
If it ever come up.
You got it?
I got it.
Bring it out. What you got it on? Adam Online or the
dictionary?
All right, cool. Yeah, just bring it out, bro.
It's got a really good synonym in there too that I want to bring out.
Yeah, bring out the synonyms to it too.
Repetition, the action of repeating something that has already been said or written. And when you go to one of the synonyms, it says a rehearsal. And are we not rehearsing the righteous acts?
Hey, and to remember some is somewhat. We're what? Repeating. Just like practice, right? When you go to practice, if anybody plays sports or whatever, all right, you get a playbook. And what you do, you go over those plays, man. Over and over until you have them what? Constituted in your inner man, which is your spirit. So that's what we're doing. All right. We're repeatedly going rehearsing, like the brother said, the righteous acts of the Lord, the laws, statutes, and commandments, that it may be what? Embodied inside of us, man. All right, that we may know to do it with our every action. It'll be so-called second nature, because there's no such thing as a second nature. It's only the first nature, man. That's it. But go ahead, brothers. Bring out what y'all got. You got the synonyms, or y'all gonna bring out whatever y'all got, all right?
Yeah, that was one of the synonyms I got, unless you wanted some other ones.
Nah, just bring out the synonyms, and we could get on with it, bro. And y'all can now want to make a point. Let me make a point out. Y'all. Okay, go ahead.
I got Hebrews 5:12. It says, for the time ye ought to be teachers, you have need that one teach you again.
Right. So when you ought to be teachers, you have need that one teach you again. And how you become teacher? By way of what? Learning repetitively, man. All right. It ain't no one man can say, oh, I read the Bible one time, now I know it, I'm a master teacher, man. You see, he had to do what? He had to be what? He had to go by way of what? Constantly reading it. And we still don't know it, man. All right, wholeheartedly. Well, what I mean by that is, you know, no man can clearly say, I have read the Bible 1,000 times, man, and tell you pretty much I know it back to back, man. Now, yeah, through the Spirit, which aids us, all right, it helps us to know all things. That's why we have an unction to know all things, man. You see, by the help of the Spirit, by the aid of the Holy Spirit, man, the Rakakodash. Go ahead, brother.
And one thing I wanted bring out, because even when, if you brothers, you should be pretty much up on this old movie, that movie Karate Kid, man. With it was Karate. It was what his name is?
Mr. Miyagi.
It was Mr. Miyagi and Daniel's son. You remember in the beginning, he had Daniel's son. Daniel's son said he wanted to get into the fighting and MMA and shit. And basically, Dog's son was like, "All right, I'm gonna see if you want to really do this shit." He had him doing some shit on the wood, just hitting the wood and shit. And one particular time, Daniel's son was like, "Man, this shit's stupid. Like, why the fuck I'm doing this shit over and over again, over and over again?" And then when it came down to it, those same little small things, those same little skills came into play in the end, man. When he went into competition, so it's about the small things. The big things don't always come. It's about the small things, the repetitious things. All right. Because repetition also is another defiant for discipline, man. All right, being able to, like in the military, they get up in the morning, they get up in the morning, make their bed, clean their boots, so on and so forth. All right, and it brings forth discipline, man. All right. Go ahead, let me go back. This is Hebrews 5:12. Back where we was at. It says, when for the time ye ought to be teachers, you have need that one teacher again, which be the first principle of the oracles of Yahweh, and are become such as need of milk and not of strong meat.
Right, Khan. Because in Sirach can tell you that there is one that is wise and teaching many, and yet is unprofitable to himself. Because he haven't learned all the way himself, man. All right. He haven't basically received all the things that was needed to be received. And Paul speak about that, about the teachers too. I forget where it's at. I don't know if it's in Galatians, or it kind of escaped me, man, that you're not supposed to glory in your teacher, man. But and I paraphrase that. I'm gonna have to look for it. I don't want to just kind of like chip at it. So I could just try to find it, man, and bring it out so it could be edifying, man. But there's one that's wise and teaching many, yet is unprofitable to himself, because he haven't learned all the right ways and disciplined himself, man. Because a disciple goes into discipline, meaning he have learned, went through the cycle of learning, all right, and is able to teach many, man. All right, now through being well traveled, man, through the truth, all right, and built up. There's a such thing as edification goes into built up, but it comes by the way of learning. Go ahead, Yakana.
Right, it says, verse 13 says, for everyone that useth milk is unskilled in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe. It says, but strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age.
Right, that are of full age and have they what exercise? Go ahead.
It says, but strong meat belongeth unto them that are of full age, even those who by reason even those who by reason of use have their sense exercised to discern both good and evil.
Right. So they have had the senses exercised to discern good and evil, man. Right. They know. That's why I tell you, servants are not above his masters, man. All right. Because that mean what? They have played the role of a servant and now have grown into the spot of a master, man. All right. They have mastered the servant role. All right. Because they are by the way of learning what it takes to get to the next stage and ascend, learning how to come from descending to ascending. All right. By the way of figuring out how to master the level, man. Anything you play, whether it's that brother familiar with God of War, different things like that, and you play it on a different level from God level or whatnot, is it's way simpler. All right, but on a God level is way harder, man. All right, so the level. You want to say something, Ryan?
I was just say that whole game is memorizing the patterns of everything and the combo, doing repetition, because you'll get killed, but you do it more and more and you get better at it and you know how to work.
You got to remember when to block, how to time this, time that. All right. And that goes to anything such as whether it's video games, whether it's every morning your clock go off at 5 o'clock, you got to get up and go to work. All right. Changing your oil in your car every 3,000 miles. or 7,000 or however it work, man. Everything is a pattern of repetition, man. All right, everything is a pattern. Hey, y'all can now speak right quick. Let me get that precept.
I want to say
pattern, going into pattern. Go ahead.
Because most of those video games deal with what they changed from. They changed it to XP points, which is experience, man. Each game deals with experience and gaining experience with a character, or a player, or whatever. And that's how things are in life, man. You know, things are in this truth. You level up, you know. You should always be leveling up, not staying on the same level, man. Applying yourself and pushing yourself to the max, all right? And getting experience, because a lot of brothers have well-traveled in this thing, man. You know, you've been in this thing for X amount of years. You have travels and things. You know how to discern the way people come up, the way people ask certain questions and shit. You know where they going at before it. You know how to discern a wicked nigga. You name it, man. You know, you just ain't sitting around twiddling your thumbs, man. All right? And, you know, you get experience, too, by sharpening your sword, man. Being able to deal with the certain demons and people that come up with the bullshit, man.
I got a quick precept.
Right.
I want you to get something, too. I want you to get Sirach 39 and 1.
Kind of.
Right.
On the 3.
Let me bring this out while you get that. And this Titus 2 and 7, it says, in all things, showing thyself a pattern of good works. All right. I'm going to go into that word pattern. It says, in doctrine, showing uncorruptness, gravity, and sincerity, sound speech that cannot be condemned, that he that is contrary report may be ashamed, having no evil thing to say of you, because a workman need not to be ashamed in his work, man. You see? So hey, that means what? Yeah, go ahead.
That's one thing I deal with. When you deal with brothers, you know, I deal with patterns, man. You have a guy that makes an honest mistake, or the brother honestly, you know, he sincerely pissed off at you for whatever reason. I can deal with a guy like that. We can deal and talk it out like men. But when you start dealing with a guy that say he don't have a problem, but he's still ongoing the same patterns, it's all about patterns, man. It's the same pattern. Oh, I'm coming to camp, but he doesn't come to camp. I'm gonna do a video, he doesn't do a video, and it's the same ongoing shit. That's when it becomes a problem. Honest mistake, or brother slips and fall, or slips and fall at something, a slip of the tongue or something, cool. But when things become a pattern, that's when it's serious, man. And that's through experience. You only pick it up through experience, man. But what you had, you got that Sirach?
You said Sirach 31, 1-3?
Yeah.
This is Sirach 31, verse 1. Watching for
Sirach 39.
39, kind of. This is Sirach 39, verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient, and be occupied in prophecies.
Yeah, the main point of that is being occupied in meditation and thereof, man. And in order to do that, it deals with repetition, man. Getting into these scriptures, getting into the different strong concordance and etymology of the different words, man. All right, go ahead.
Verse 2: He will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also. He will seek out the secrets of grave sentences and be conversant in dark parables.
Right. He's applying himself, man. That's what he's doing in order to gain more and more wisdom on a particular subject matter, man. Whatever it may be. All right. And with that, you're learning different skills, man. All right. Because the Lord ain't looking for a particular one-trick pony, man. You know, we see these one-trick ponies out here with these other ABC camps. They can only tell you, which is cool in a way. They only can tell you that you're an Israelite, man. Deuteronomy 28 chapter. Slave boats. See, sister, sister just said we should be in yokes of iron. That's all right. That's cool, man. But you got to go deeper than that, man. All right, the rabbit hole goes deep in this thing, man. And when you be in this thing for years at a time, you start to put things together. it's only probably about 2 years ago or so. I started to really put everything together. Everything really just started to make sense, man. It made sense, you know. I was what's the word? I was pretty much, I had made my mind up what this was, but it only through time it started to really make sense, man. Everything really started to hit home, And that's all about, applying yourself, man, and giving yourself the time to go over things over and over again, man, to seal it in your mind, man. Right? So, like a lot of times when I go through the different breakdowns of Revelations and Daniel, I don't need notes, man. Everything is up here. Now don't get it twisted. Brothers get cobwebs on stuff. You don't go over stuff, but then, like the brother said earlier, sometimes you go over that old stuff. It's refreshing to you, man. It's all new. You didn't hear that scripture in a while, man. It's like a person, or it's like a dude, a chick you ain't seen in a while, man. You're like, oh man, what's up, man? Damn, they ain't hit that one in a long time, man. Go ahead.
Hey, but you still know him. That's why it speak about in Hebrews that he called to remembrance the things that we once remembered. By what? By way of a pattern, to remember something is a collection of data that's stored up and like you download it on it's downloaded information and data collected, man, and saved in your what? In your memory, man, in your memory bank. All right, which is your spirit. That's why he said, put this up on the tablets of your heart. And what, man? That's what your mind, man. Put it in your spirit. All right. It says, and that's pattern. I got pattern in Titus 2:7. And I think there's typos. You see?
5179.
Tupas. And I'm gonna go to the direct thing. Is an example, but is an example 4. Letter C. It says an example to be imitated. You see, of men worthy of imitation. All right, and that's what we do. We pattern ourselves of our forefathers of old and the things that they did, because we really have nothing else to go off except the doings of what the men of old done. So we pattern our steps to walk in their paths of old, where the scriptures tell you to do that, which is what? Nothing more than a modern day repetition. You just walking in the footsteps already been in the sand, man. That's just like if you walking on a beach and your buddy got lost, but his footsteps is leading to where he at. You just walk in the sand, follow the footsteps, and guess what? If you walk in his footsteps, it's gonna lead you to where he at, man. You see? It says, go ahead, brother.
Not only the men of old, but we mimic ourselves after our spiritual parents, man.
Right, come.
Because any little boy out there, you seen your pops or your grandfather or somebody. That's who you imitated. You wanted to walk like them. You wanted to talk like them. So the same thing you do with your spiritual parents, man. Meaning the men that we have, the apostles of GMS, man. Because they don't want to touch you the way, man. Your earthly father didn't do that, Your earthly grandfather, uncle didn't do that, man. It was, if I'm gonna say this too, if he's not in the truth, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, they didn't teach you the way, they didn't teach you about Yahushua, man. It was the men of GMS, man. And that's giving homage to the men, giving truth where truth is what they say, giving due diligence, basically, man. Go ahead, All
right, Khan, you had something, Ryan?
Yeah, I got something real quick. This is Sirach 16. I'm going to start at verse 24. My son, hearken unto me and learn knowledge and mark my words with thy heart, which is your mind. How do you do that? By that repetition, by constantly staying in these scriptures and being in season and out of season. And as it says in 25, I will shew forth doctrine in weight. Hey, weight like working out. You work out a little bit, and then you get stronger and more built up with it. You go from the milk to the meat, and then you can add more weight and more weight and more weight. And I have a better understanding of these scriptures to be able to understand it and be able to teach it better through that repetition and declare his knowledge exactly, declared perfectly, a workman that needeth not be ashamed.
That's right. And that's why we study. Get that, Raya. That's the spirit.
I got one.
It's in Second Peter.
Peter.
Yeah, like 2 Peter, maybe 3:15 or something like that. 2:15. It's somewhere around there. A workman need not to be ashamed, showing it. Well, just bring it out. Bring out what you got, Yakana.
This is Sirach 20. This is Sirach 24:33. It says, I yet pour out doctrine of prophecy and laid it to all ages forever. It says, behold, that I have not labored for myself only, but for all them that seek wisdom. And seeking wisdom is repetitious, man. You can't just open the book one day and fully just memorize every goddamn thing right there and there, man. It's going to be an ongoing thing where you just going over it, over and over it. You're hearing it because, like Elder Gabor says, it's 3 stages to this truth, man. It's 3 stages to every prophet. You know, in the beginning, it's the parrot phrase, man. You know, we know a parrot he only speaks what he hears, and then it's the stage of a monkey, man. The monkey only mimics what he sees, man. And then it's the last stage, which is being a dragon, man. The dragon is keen on everything. He's fully equipped, you know. He's fully leaped of everything, man. That's the stage that you want to be hitting on, man. Being a dragon, man. And the dragon is keen to seeing bullshit too. I'm gonna say that.
Hey, 2 Timothy 2:15.
Con, I got it.
Yeah.
This is 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to shew thyself approved unto the Most High.
Right. Study, Salaki, brother. I won't get in this. It says, study to show thyself approved unto the Most High. Hey, and you found in a man leisure time, you know a man by his leisure time, right? During the time that when he studied, all right, he show himself approved to where he may answer every man according to that which where he may answer every man according to that which he believe in, man. All right. It says, go ahead, finish reading.
A workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth.
Right, because you don't want to be out there, like he said, you don't want to be out there winging it, man. All right. You know, you look, hey, it look like you ain't studying. All right. It look like you don't believe what you say. You ain't standing firm on the gospel, man, because you got to think about it. We are defenders of the gospel as well. So sometimes we got to go in there and defend the madness and that these people are coming with, man. All right. It's also about edifying, but it's also about protecting the gospel too, man. All right. We are the protectors of the gospel as well, man, as along with teaching it. Because then Yahushua, if someone come up, then he say, any man come up preaching another Jesus, go not with that man, least he may very well bear with him. Then I paraphrase that, all right? But when you learn somewhat learning, because that could lead you astray out the truth, man. All right, so that means your learning got to be up the par, up the queue, to know that which is not of the word of the Lord, man, or that which divides the word of truth. All right, or lead one to straight or to death, that you would like to see. All right, because the way of the truth is light, and the way of the of a lie is darkness and wickedness, man, and death. Go ahead, Ryan.
Con.
That was it.
You want me to?
They say, nah, that's cool. It says a study to show thyself approved unto the Most High. Y'all can give me Acts 17 and 11, Baba Gashah. So we're going to show you how noble men did, all right, as the word was given unto them by the way of Paul. And Paul was a man solidified. So that means Paul could just be like, all right, this and that, all right, and men could just go off it, man. But you got to go and blessed is he that read it and what? And learn it and study it, man. All right. So they could have just went off what a man was saying, all right, and just believed them and been a mocking, like you said, a mockingbird, man. All right, just parroting what the man saying. Instead of they went did this dude in Thessalonica. Go ahead, Yakana, with the Acts 17 and 11.
As Acts 17 and 11, it says, these are more noble than those in Thessalonica.
Right, go ahead.
And that they received the word with all readiness of mind and searched the scriptures daily, whether those things were so.
Right. So they received the word with readiness of mind to go search the scriptures to see if they were so. what? A pattern of what? A work. And they're like, we gonna go work and see if this is true or not. That's why if you have heard the brothers mention, and I have heard this a lot of brothers say, hey, don't believe us, go see for yourself. Meaning what? To go work, do the work diligently, all right, and learn it, all right, and get you a pattern of learning it that you may know for yourself, instead of, you know, just leaning and waiting on the brothers all the time, man. Because what if the brother ain't there for you to break it down or bring it out, man? You see, you're gonna have to know it. You got to shut this up in your heart, man. You want to say something, Yakana?
Oh no, I ain't nothing to say.
Right. So they received the word with readiness of mind, ready to go study it, see if it's false, see if it's true, see if the Lord actually said that. Because when we all learned the truth, and I heard some words that a particular guy was saying when I first heard the word, hey, it moved my spirit to be like, wait a minute, is that in the Bible? That's why I say, if Baba Kashad, Ryan, could you get Isaiah 34 and 16?
You want me to read it?
Yeah, read it. Read it.
This is
Isaiah. You finished? Hold on. You finished what you had, huh, Yakana?
You're finished.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out of the book of Yahweh and read. Right.
So it says, seek ye out of the book of Yahweh and read. All right. So when Bereans heard the word with readiness of mind, they was ready to go seek out of the word, the book of the Lord, and read. All right. They knew this was the book of the Lord. And further of all, you got to believe that this is the truth, man. And the whole truth. Because that bug out head, antenna head that came up there was like, oh, yeah, well, I don't believe the sign is real, but I believe everything else. Well, you don't believe none of it, man. And as I told him as he was there, I was like, no, we believe everything. All right. Jonah been swallowed by the fish. All right. The angels didn't have sex with Mary. We believe it. We believe it all, man. All right. The mark of the beast. We believe everything. All right. You got to believe everything as it is written, man. Go ahead, brother.
Even the sign, man, which Jake have a problem with. Now the new thing is, which would blow me away today, finding out you got Northern tribe out there that believe that it's only them and no southern kingdom, man.
Yeah, that's madness, man.
Hey,
that's madness, man. And they got scriptures that break that shit apart, man. That put them together so they could be one and done hand. I mean, it's like I said, it's the doctrine is way perverted. You could know we're in the last days, man. Like, men are just lovers of their own selves, man. Despisers of things that are good. They heady, high-minded traitors. All right. hey, this is we living in some perilous times. Go ahead, brother. Make your point.
I was just gonna say this is kind of off topic. I believe the Most High did that just to give those black-only Israelites a taste of their own medicine, to get them offended. How dare these so-called Latinos say we're not Israelites?
And it's done for stumbling blocks too.
That's the stumbling blocks of your house shot, man.
That's right. That's right. That they could remain blinded. Because hey, the election have obtained it. All right, and the rest were blinded. So what it is they can't see that we could see. You see? That they can't get it, man. It's stumbling blocks into their table. They even say, make their table a snare until it consume them. You see? So the shit that they eating off, let that consume them, man. All right? And that goes into doctrines, man. They believe in the endless genealogies and different things of that, man. Look, let them niggas perish, man. Let them niggas perish in their own beliefs. But give me that Second Timothy.
You want to finish that, Isaiah?
Yeah, finish that out and go ahead. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out of the book of Yahweh and read. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate. For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them.
That's right, man. So none of these shall fail, man. If you constantly read these over and over. Because guess what? The prophecies have been put in the book to not be removed. They was put there to be fulfilled, so that from generation to generation of old, we could do this cycle, man. The Lord likened his judgment into a ring. So all we kept doing is coming back to reincarnation, reading the same what? The same biblical scriptures, man. All right, over and over and over and over, man. All right, none of these shall fail. Go ahead.
I got a precept on them. It's one that we had, but it kind of, I went up some of it. It's going into the guy that came out there, going into these guys that's believing that the Latin tribes are only Israelites, and there's no Southern Kingdom, man. This is Romans 2. Man. It says, "Behold, thou art called a Jew, and rested in the law, and maketh boast of the Most High, and knowest His will, and proveth the things that are more excellent, being instructed out of the law." It says, "And art confident that thou thyself art a guide of the blind, a light of them which are in darkness,
right.
An instructor of fools, a teacher of babes, who has the form of knowledge and of the truth in the law." It says, "Thou thyself which teacheth another, teacheth not thyself."
Right.
"That thou preachest a man should not steal, thou should not steal, thou should not steal."
Right, that's that Romans 2, right?
Yeah.
Right, that's beautiful. You got all that, brother, because I was going to get it all. I was going to tell you get it all. But, you know, through the Spirit, it came to that. That's beautiful, right? Because it said, when thou, if you can read 21 again, when it said at the top of a Yakanan, when it said, "If thou be as a teacher, thou," bring it out again.
It says, "Thou therefore shall teach it another, teach it thou not thyself."
Right. So if you teach another, shall you not teach yourself? You see, meaning what? That you be learned in order to teach, and in order to be teachers, man, you have to been a great follower, man. All right, one that have put in work with learning, man. All right, because this is different offices that been set up in the Lord, from teachers to helpers to it goes into the administration of the body, going into Corinthians, I believe that is. If you can find that for Uriah, all right, that shows you that you have to be what? That this is a gift, all right? It's a gift. Teaching is a gift, all right? It ain't something you just woke up with and you could do it, man, all right? You got to learn the learning curves to teaching, man, all right? You got to be what? Well put together, all right? You got to know how to handle adversity, all right? You got to know how to make great judgment, because guess what? That's what we're being built up to be, teachers. When you come in the truth, all right, if this the will of the Lord, you're coming to truth to learn to be a teacher, to be able to hold the gospel, to teach it yourself, man. Go ahead. You want to say something, Yakana? I'm fucking cold, bro. It's fucking with me.
Huh?
Go ahead. Nah, I said it's fucking cold fucking with me. Go ahead, bro.
I learned to do this right here. What Paul said, man. This is 1 Corinthians. I'm gonna go up one. This is 1 Corinthians 9:21. Said, "To them that are without law, as without law, being not without law to the Most High, but under the law of Hamashiach, that I may gain them that are without law. To the weak I became." To the weak I became as weak, that I might gain the weak. I have made all things to all men, that I might be all means save some. So that's also what this truth teaches you, man. In the process of time, through the repetition of things, you learn how to deal with people. If a person come up and this guy is only on the hip hop level, guess what? I'm gonna talk about hip hop in order to gain him. All right, we're gonna go into that. We're gonna go into the scriptures, and I'm gonna actually grow in the truth with that subject. But if a guy's on the advanced level, I'm gonna get on the advanced level with him, man. That's what he's saying. And that's what you got to do. Learn to do in this thing, man. You gotta learn to will and deal, man.
That's right. Hey, how you think Paul learned? You think Paul just was able to send all these epistles to these different churches, all right, by the way of his own spirit, by being guided by himself? He learned under Gamaliel, and he learned from Yahushua, man. All right. Otherwise, Paul wouldn't have been able to do what he did, man. You see, it wasn't his theme of Paul of his own to be a Hebrew of the Hebrew, all right, or high end with the Pharisees. He was taught, man. Hey, if Ryan, I think you remember what Gamaliel. What was he? Was he an elder? He was Was he an elder teacher, Paul? Was he an elder or a high priest or something like that?
He's like a well-known scribe.
A noble, well, right. A noble, all right? You see, a scribe, you see? So that was one. He was what? Well taught, all right? Well learned, man. That's how Paul was able to retain those attributes he had in the truth already prior to even coming into the truth, man. All right? Because he was a Pharisee, man, who was high. They was high within the law, all right? With learning the law, you know?
I got that one in Corinthians if you still want it.
Yeah, bring it out.
Come. This is 1 Corinthians 12 and 28. And the Most High had said some in the church, first apostles, secondarily prophets, thirdly teachers, after that miracles and gifts of healing, health, governments, diversities of tongues.
Right, Con. If you can in the Strongs, get that word set. S-E-T. Let's see what it say right now. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm trying to see what it means. If it's an appointment or a placement, because he appointed certain men to be in a church. All right, what higher than other men? All right, and it was appointed by the Lord. It wasn't the men that appointed themselves. The Lord appointed them to the positions of the heads of the camps, or the bishops. All right, or the elders. They was appointed by the Lord to be what? To be teachers unto the young, that the young may also be teachers, man. You see? Go ahead, brother.
God, it's a Strong's G5087. Tithemi, to set up, put, place, to set forth, something to be explained by discourse.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
That's cool. What the Strong's definition say? I mean, I never got the word, so I just wanted to see if it says anointed or something like that. You know, a major word, like, because the Lord anointed us. You know what I'm saying? Basically, to put anointed the men or whoever it is to lead the body or set in particular places, man, that they may teach others also, man. Go ahead.
It has a. It doesn't really say anything about anoint.
That's cool. I ain't looking for that. I was just saying, you know, I was just looking for that, man.
I mean,
okay. You good. I wasn't looking for that word in general. All right. I was just generalizing it to see if it said it meant that, you know, basically like what it said place. So place is what? To put those particular men in arrangement in the body of the Most High, in the body. Go ahead.
To set, put, place.
Right. Yeah, that's cool. Get 2 Timothy 2 and 2 after you get that. That's cool. To place, man. To place teachers in the body, man. All right. A teacher does what? They teach a student to what? To someday be a teacher also, man. Get 2 Timothy 2 and 2.
Let me get these two more real quick. To make or set for oneself or for one's use. To set, fix, establish. To establish, ordain.
That's good. There you go. To fix, establish, or ordain. So none of the men you see on these epistles and videos, starting from our elder apostle to her, all the way down to the least of them, no man asked for the position he got. All right? He was what? Placed there. Most men deferred. They deferred like, man, nah, bro, you know, I don't want to, you know, but when it's for him, it's for you. So did Jonah. Did not Jonah defer from being a prophet going into Nineveh? And what? No, you got to go do it because you was ordained to do it. Give me that 2 Timothy 2 and 2. Baba Kashah, bro.
Hey, and also Jeremiah.
Right.
He had that fire. He couldn't not do it because he had that fire that couldn't keep his mouth shut.
Got in his bones. The Most High put the fire in his bones that he wouldn't be able to shut himself up. He couldn't stay himself. Like he had no control over himself. He was just like, if I go inside and be like, you know what? I'm not teaching these niggas no more. I'm not telling them nothing. The spirit will come back on them and be like, Lord, like I just gotta go say something, man. Because that fire be in your bones. Go ahead. You mean 2 Timothy, bro?
That's Jeremiah 1 and 5, but I got that 2 Timothy 2 and 2. And it says,
right, go ahead.
And the thing that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses, the same commit thou to the faithful men who shall be able to teach others also.
Right. And what Paul say, be ye followers of me as I am follower of Mashiach Yahushua, man. So it's a teaching curve that goes into a learning curve, and back from the learning curve back to the teaching curve, which goes what? In a 360-degree circle, man. All right. All men are being taught to be able to walk on their own, to be a soldier for the Most High. All right. Now, whether that's your calling or not, that lies in the hands of the Most High. But if you in this thing, all right, we're looking for laborers. All right. When you labor, you can become a teacher also to bring other men up in also. All right. That's the duty and the prophets of the saints, man. Go ahead, Ryan. You want to say something?
Oh, no, I'm good.
Right, come. Give me the Psalms 9 and 12. Baba Kashah, if you brothers got anything, bring it out.
Okay. This is Psalm 90 and 12. So teach us to number our days that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom.
Right. So teach us, all right, that we may apply our heart unto wisdom, to know things and understand things, that we may what? Also teach other men to know and understand things too, that they may apply their heart to wisdom, man, and to learn of the Lord ultimately, man. Because we teaching every man to learn of the Lord. And then once you learn of the Lord, Yahweh shall come and sup with you to teach other men to learn of the Lord, and constantly what? A continuing cycle, man. You see? You're basically pushing the course of the river. You giving that man water where the river may what? Continue to flow, man. That this word may be dispersed throughout what? All of Israel, man. You see, so you ain't get this word to bottle the water up in a big ass jug and put it in the freezer and let it get cold, man. You see, for your own personal drink when you get thirsty, man. No, man, this water is supposed to be scattered and dispersed abroad, man. You see, that others may drink, because hey, they got a lot of thirsty Israelites out here, and then we keep the water to ourselves. Then how they gonna drink? They gonna die of thirst, man. And then their blood will be on our hands, man. Go ahead, y'all make a point.
Yeah, one of the brothers that brought a good precept earlier, it was John 4 and 13. It says, Yahweh answered and said unto her, whosoever drink of this water shall thirst again. And it says, but whosoever drinketh of the water that I give him shall never thirst, but the water that I give him shall be in him a well of water springing up unto everlasting life.
That's right, man. And that well of water is this word, all right? That we may what? Give it to other men that they may drink, man. You see? It tell you in Isaiah 44 and 3, for I will pour water upon him that is thirsty. All right? And the water that he pour upon us that is thirsty is by the way of the word, man. All right. But he give it to his men to give what? Other men to drink too, man. All right. These are thirsty souls. Going into that Proverbs 25 and 25, man. This the good news that we're transferring from man to man in Israel that's willing to receive these brooks, man, of living water. You see, this is what we're doing, man. All right, we are commanded by the Most High to transfer this word from man to man, that he may drink, man, and that we all may drink of this same water. It's enough water to go around for all 144,000 and all those that believe, man. All right, and to those that won't be thirsty, hey, let them be thirsty, man. You see? Go ahead. It says, and floods upon the dry grounds, I will pull out my spirit upon thy seed and my blessing upon thy offspring, which is the word, man, to teach thy seed. Give me Deuteronomy 4 and 9. All right. And we ought to give this to our seeds, man. You see that it may what? Continue from generation to generation, man.
Con, you want me? I got it.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy 4 and 9. Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life, but teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons.
Right. Teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons. All right. And keep them what? Within thy heart, man. All right, they may travel from what time to eon and age to age, man. All right, that we may know the word of the Lord, man. You see?
Could I get a precept to back that up perfectly?
Yeah, bring it on, brother.
This is 2 Kings 22. I'm gonna start at verse 10. And Shaphan the scribe answered the king, is talking about Hosea, saying, Hilkiah the priest hath delivered me the book. And Shaphan read it before the king. And it came to pass, when the king had heard the words of the book of the law, that he rent his clothes. And the king commanded Hilkiah the priest, and Ahiakim the son of Shaphan, and Akbor the son of Micaiah, and Shaphan the scribe, and Asaiah a servant of the king's, saying, Go ye, inquire of Yahweh for me, and for the people, and for all Judah, concerning the words of this book that is found. For great is the wrath of Yahweh that is kindled against us, because our fathers have not hearkened unto the words of this book, to do according unto all which is written concerning us.
That's right. That's the paths of the ways of the men of old, man. If you hearken into the ways of the book, man, you shall live and be prosperous, man. You see, you're not going to go out the way if you just lean to the words, not leaning to your own understanding, right? The heart is deceitful above all things. Who shall know it? So when you go in a way that seem right unto you, that's dead, buddy. All right. We got the scriptures are guides, all right, to guide us into what? Into the ways of life, into the ways of walking uprightly, in the ways of the just, man. And we must continue in them. Hey, y'all can now give me 2 Timothy 3 and 14, and you can read the 17 if you want. Baba, you was finished on Raya, or you want to make a point on what you had?
Oh, no, I'm good.
All right, Con. 2 Timothy 3 and 14. Raya, get Sirach 6 and 32. Okay. Go ahead.
2 Timothy 3 and 14 says, But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and have been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them.
Right. So continue the things that thou hast learned and been assured of, the things that you have been taught. All right. This is what you have learned. You have learned, it is about to speak of that. All right. Go into 15.
It says, and that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures.
Right. So from a child, meaning what? A babe. Because we don't necessarily learn this as a child being nurtured or at a small young age. All right. Hey, if you got the luxury of learning it from when you come out of the womb, then so be it. As you know, Yahweh Shai, John the Baptist, you know, different people dead, you know, or whatever the case may be, you know, so be it. But right now, we don't have the luxury of learning it as a child. All right. But when we do come in it, we are as babes, as children, desiring the sincere milk of the word and growing thereby. Go ahead, Yakana.
Right. And it says, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith, which is in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai.
Right. The wisdom that keeps us. That's the wisdom. Wise goes into wisdom, man. That keeps us into what? The salvation. It helps us get to the prize. The ultimate goal, which is what? The salvation of the Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Keep going, brother.
All scriptures are given by the inspiration of Yahweh. For doctrine, for reproof, and for correction, for instructions and righteousness.
See? So instructions is up for what? Teaching you. All right? It instruct you in a way to go. All right? And if you learn the instructions, then you will know which way to go. All right? But you got to learn it by way of repetition, because you're not going to get it right the first time around. You remember, we're rehearsing the righteous acts, man. All right? Through what? Repetition, repetitiveness. All right? And they don't get old. Go ahead.
And when you do a rehearsal, man, somebody fucks up. Somebody messes up. Something happens to where you got to do it over again. Cut. Do it again. Right. cut. Do it again. You know, that's the thing about a rehearsal, man. And that's what we're doing. A rehearsal. Sometimes you may stumble off and forget the Sabbath, man. You ain't gonna get it right, man. But the thing about it is you applying yourself and doing it, man.
That's right.
That's what these numbskulls out there that talk about the law all damn day, man. And running around with 18 different fragrance on, you know, and talking about they keeping all the law and shit, man. Jake crazy as hell, man. You know, but that's here nor there. Let me finish. It says 3:16.
Wait, read for instructions in righteousness and then go to 17.
It says all scripture is given by inspiration of Yahweh and is profitable for doctrine, for the reproof, and for correction, for instructions in righteousness, that the man of Yahweh may be perfect.
Right, that the man of Yahweh may be perfect by what? By the instructions of righteousness. By the what? The reproof and the correction. Meaning what? He falling short. He falling off. Because remember, the law wasn't made for a righteous man. So obviously we not what? We can't be righteous over here. Right? All right. So how going to fully into committing yourself and fully into the law when you can't keep the whole law, man? Because when you're offending one, you're offending all. You see? In the law. So the law can't save you over here. All right? Fucking diddle heads. And it says that the man of God may be perfect, meaning being complete in the Most High. Go ahead.
Thoroughly furnished unto all good works.
And right, the way you make yourself thoroughly furnished unto all good works is by doing the everything that's commanded of you in the gospel to do. Preach and teach, giving tithes, exhorting, rebuking. All right, what's some more y'all brothers help me out? All right, teaching. All right, making yourself what? Making yourself as the youngest, even if you're an elder. All right, giving double honors to the elders. All right, taking the high holy days and et cetera, man. You see, but we got a lot to do. Or put your hand to the plow to rightly divide the word of truth, man. That's a whole nother video, man. All right, for another damn time. But that's how you thoroughly furnish unto all good works. All right, your good works is you're doing in a body of which the Lord have called you to do. You're calling, man. You see. But give me that. If y'all brother want to make a point, go ahead. I got the Sirach 6:32.
Kind. You want me to read
Just
it?
Just how you apply yourself. Yeah. Read the Sirach 6:32.
Kind. This is Sirach 6:32. My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught, and if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent.
Right. Read that again, man. Go ahead.
Sirach 6:32. My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught, and if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent.
Right. So if you apply your mind, you shall be prudent. To what? To learning. Applying yourself to learning, man. And to be prudent is to be what? Wise, man. All right. Learn how to use discretion. All right. Learn how to that's a man who's having senses discerning both good and evil. All right. That's when you learned up, man. You built up. You see? Hey, get the Proverbs 8:34, bro.
I say when you locked in, you can discern a person, you can discern how a conversation is going. You know where to go at in the scripture before the scoffer even got his mouth. All right, there's many things you can apply to this thing, man. And like I said, it all comes with experience, man. If you had somebody to work on not just a motor, but going into the inside of your motor. I'm talking about the crankshaft. All right, the rods and pistons. You want a guy that's experienced, man. You don't want a guy that's a shade tree. All right, he hang with the crackheads on the boulevard, man. You want a guy that's probably been in business 40-something years, man, to do that, man. All right, you don't want no guy that just he just a novice, fresh out of goddamn Delgado, community college down here, some shit to fuck with your shit, man.
God. Because you're going to see the results of a novice versus a man that's experienced, man. That finish going to look real nice. You get that paint job and you fucking with a novice, you're going to see spots. You're going to see trash in the paint, But, hey, you get that man that know to clean the ground before he paints your shit, know to blow the area, completely, know how to spray, longitude, then come latitude or however it go, man. You want a man well-traveled, man. You see, give me Proverbs 8:33 and 34, Ryan. And you can get the Job 8 and 8 to kill us out. That's all I had, bro.
I'm going to get the Job.
Right, go ahead.
This is Proverbs 8:33. Hear instruction and be wise and refuse it not.
Right, hear instruction and be wise, refuse it not. You see? So you not to refuse the word of the Lord. like you say, what the brothers first learned, mainly coming out, Deuteronomy 28, what they did, read it up and down, 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 man, until what? They like, well, you know what? It's time to go on the block with it, man. But that also sparked what? Them into going into other things, man. And the Spirit of the Lord assisting them and help them to what? To figure out other things, man. So precept must be on precept. That means that's what? What? Repeating after repeating. You read that precept, then you get another precept that brings to this precept. Is a what? Is a repetitive cycle, man. Go ahead, brother.
Proverbs 8:34. Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the posts of my doors.
Right. Waiting at the posts of my doors, man. And hey, the posts of your doors right now is your mind, man. You see, like the brother always going to, man. You see what? Putting that understanding of this word on your life, man. All right, painting it there. All right, painting it there, keeping it there, man. That's your protection and your way to get your crown. Ultimately, in the end game. But guess what? The ways of old showed us how to do it. You know, because did not in the ancient time when we put that blood on a little of the doors, what it meant? It ultimately meant what? Protection from death, man. All right, and that's what this word doing is keeping us from death, man. All right, so repetition is the father of learning. Remember that. All right, it's the highest level of learning, man. Give me that Job out, and then y'all brothers got whatever y'all got, or make y'all points, and that's all I had.
That was it with me.
Yeah,
that was it.
Okay, yeah, they got that Job 8 and 8. You want to kill it with that?
It says, "For I require, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of thy fathers."
Right, and prepare yourself to the search of your father. Remember, the things that was written aforetime was for our learning. All right, so this is how we learn for the search of our father. Go back and search the book of records, which the scriptures, the Bible is what? Biblios is a collection of books, and the books goes into the records. All right, of how we ought to continue and learn it and be assured of the things that we have learned by what? By seeing and hearing of the word. Faith come by hearing and hearing of the word. Meaning what? Learning and learning of the word, man. The more we hear, the more we learn. All right, it goes hand in hand, man. All right, but that's all I had, man. And you know, Lord willing, it was edifying. All right, until the next time, you know, we're gonna say shalom to you brothers, man, and continue in that which y'all have learned, man. We won't give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Rikakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles that do teach and rule well. All right, and salutation to the items that pushing the truth to sincerity. Lord willing, you brothers, and do to the end. And next time I won't say shalom. To the next time, shalom.
Shalom.